Hello everyone, I'm Alpha Sumani and I'm back with chapter number 7. Earlier we had done this chapter, Adventures Too Much. It was a poem and we have completed the chapter. In yesterday's lecture, I had given you assignment which we will discuss today. And firstly, as we have completed the poem, let's discuss the main points of the chapter. Let's discuss the important points. So this poem is all about what excuses a child is making because he has not completed his homework. So he is giving these unimaginable excuses, these unimaginable, unbelievable adventures as an excuse to the teacher for not completing his homework. He's giving these unbelievable excuses like like meeting an anaconda, having a fight with bears, meeting tigers, meeting an eagle, escaping from an eagle, caught in a blizzard, caught in a snowstorm, and meeting the trolls. Trolls means the ghost-like creatures. So all this is like all these excuses he is giving for not completing his homework. Okay. Also, all these encounters are used as an excuse. They are unbelievable. They are this is not something regular which happens to you. They are adventures, but they are an excuse. So the title of the poem is Adventure Too Much. So all these things, meeting an anaconda, bears, tigers, eagles, blizzards, all these behave as an adventure. All these are adventures which the child has had. Okay. So yesterday I had given you assignment number 3 and let's discuss the assignment. So question number 1, how was the child rescued by the eagle? Okay, so the child was rescued by the eagle, right? Do you remember? The child was rescued by the eagle using his talons. The eagle used his talons. The eagle ने क्या use किया अपने talons, पंजे use किए and he rescued the child. Okay, so the eagle captured the child in his talons and it rescued it. So how, कैसे eagle ने बचाया बच्चे को? उसने उसको पंजों में पकड़ा and it rescued the child. Question number 2, what made the child sneeze? Okay, so why was the child sneezing? Do you remember? The snowstorm or the blizzard. Excuse me. दिवाली के पटाखे हैं ये सारे. So the blizzard or the snowstorm, it made the child sneeze. Okay. Question number 3. Why was the child surrounded by a group of trolls? Do you remember? A child was surrounded by a group of trolls. There were trolls around him. There were ghost-like creatures around him. भूत जैसे shadows थी उसके around. जो क्या बोल रही थी kid को? That we will roast you over the coals. कि हम तुम्हें कोयले के ऊपर सेकेंगे. Okay. So these were the trolls saying. And why was the child surrounded by, and why was it surrounded? The child was surrounded by a group of trolls because the trolls wanted to roast the child over the coals. Trolls जो थे वो child को coal के ऊपर roast करना चाहते थे and that's why he was surrounded by these trolls. Okay, let's see the tick questions. Question number 1. Whom does the poet meet at first? First, poet meet an anaconda, tigers, or bears, or an eagle. What was the first creature did the boy meet? He met an anaconda. Okay, so anaconda is the right answer for that. Question number 2 we have. Question number 2 is who followed the poet from behind? Do you remember? Who followed the poet from behind? Earlier there was an anaconda. Then when he climbed down the stairs, there was a bear. There was dozen bears. There were 12 bears. And then the tiger started following him from behind. Okay. The tiger started coming closer to him. So they were tigers who started following the child from behind. Okay. So just don't expect that only these kind of questions will be asked in your exams. Okay. I can also ask like how many bears were there at the end of the stairs? So there were a dozen bears at the end of the stairs. Who did the boy tussle with? So the boy tussle with the bears. Okay, so such kind of you should basically have a clear idea about the whole poem. Anything, any question can be asked from the poem or from your chapter, from the middle of the chapter. So you have to be prepared for that and don't just expect that these questions only will be given. Only the exercise questions will be given. So just don't expect that. Any question can be given. It can be from the middle of the question, middle of the chapter, middle of the poem. So you have to understand the chapter. You have to understand the poem fully. Okay. So let's move to the next question. What made the poet sneeze? What made the poet sneeze? The blizzard or the snowstorm? It made the poet sneeze. Okay. Question number 4. What the word which means nervousness? The word which means nervousness is here. Like quivering means what? Do you remember? Quivering means shivering with fear. Okay. Apprehension means anxiety. Okay. Trepidation means fear of something, and when you get nervous from fear. The blunder means having confusion. Okay. So here apprehension and trepidation, both the word have a similar meaning. Okay. Both means getting anxious, getting nervous. Okay. But trepidation has a closer meaning to nervousness. Okay. So apprehension also means nervousness and trepidation also means nervousness. But trepidation means, but apprehension can also mean anxiety and trepidation means nervousness and fear. So trepidation is the right answer. Fill in the blanks with suitable words. Question number 1. A dash anaconda started winding up his side. So how was the anaconda? Anaconda was giant. Anaconda was huge. Anaconda was very big. Okay, so we fill giant here, a huge here. Okay. 2. The poet was quivering with fear to see the tigers after him. So what did the poet started doing when he saw the tigers after him? The poet started quivering with fear. The poet started shivering with fear. As the boy saw the tigers behind him, he started shivering. He started trembling with fear. It's not necessary that you write quiver only here. You can also write the meanings which mean quiver here. For example, the poet was quivering with fear. The poet was trembling with fear. The poet was shivering with fear. All these three words have the same meaning. So you have to get the meaning of the word or the proper word only. So it's not necessary that you just get that word which is written in the poem. Are you getting me? It is not necessary that you have to write the word which was written in the poem only. You can fill the sentence with fill the blank with a word which means the same, which has a similar meaning to that word. Let me give you an example. In the poem, it was written, he was started quivering with fear. So we have filled fear, quivering here. But if you write tremble here also, if you write shiver here also, both have the same meaning. Both also mean to quiver. Tremble also means to quiver and shivering also means to quiver. So it's also a correct answer. Third, he was rescued by an eagle that descended from the sky. So who descended from the sky? Eagle descended from the sky. A troop of dash trolls surrounded him. So how were the trolls? How were the ghost-like shadows? How were the creatures? They were savage. Savage means very dangerous. So these trolls were very dangerous, very savage. Question number 5. With trolls, he was informed to be toasted over coals. So who informed the kid that he will be toasted over coals? The trolls informed him. Okay, the savage trolls informed him that he will be roasted over coals. Let's see the true and false parts. First, the child was enjoying all fierce encounters. Was he enjoying the fierce encounters? No, he was frightened by these encounters. Okay, so that's why we write false. That child was not enjoying these encounters. He was shivering and he was quivering with these encounters. Second number, he was thrilled to find a giant anaconda by his side. When he saw that there was an anaconda by his side, he was thrilled. He was filled with adventure, right? True. So that is a true statement. He managed to get himself free from dozen grizzly bears. So you remember, right? How did he get free from dozen grizzly bears? He had a tussle with them, and then finally he managed to get himself free from those dozen grizzly bears. So this is a true statement that he uh, freed himself from the dozen grizzly bears. Fourth number, a group of violent trolls helped him to escape from there. The trolls which surrounded him, the savage trolls which surrounded him, they helped him to escape from there. Did the trolls help him to escape from there? No. How did the child escape? Do you remember? When the trolls were looking here and there, when the trolls जो है वो इधर उधर देखने लगे, the child escaped. So the child escaped on his own. खुद से भागा वो. Trolls ने उसको help नहीं किया, है ना? So that's a false statement. Fifth one, the child felt sorry on not finishing his school assignment. Do you think the child felt sorry? Do you think he was sorry for not finishing his assignment? He has not finished his assignment, and that's why he is giving these excuses, and he's feeling sorry that he could not complete this assignment because he has had such adventures in the past. So that's a true statement. Okay. So also this is all about this assignment which was given to you earlier. Also, you have to write the brief summary of the chapter as assignment number 4, and you have to submit it to me. So I have given all the assignments. This chapter is complete for us. And now you have to submit all these assignments to me. Where do you remember? You know, right? You have to submit all these assignments on Scholars ERP. Okay. So submit these assignments to me on Scholars ERP. If some friend of yours, he or she, if doesn't know how to use Scholars ERP, so go help them. Do teach them that you are sending assignments to me. So you just spread the word that you people are sending me assignments. So this chapter of ours, chapter number 7, is complete. And now we'll be starting with the next chapter. So I'll be waiting for your assignments. Just submit to me as soon as possible. So that's all for today's lecture, and thank you so much.